New from Vinegar Syndrome, released in 1989 as Blades. The cover doesn't inspire much in this one, and to be honest, I kind of read the blurb of this and it said it's Jaws set in a golf club, and it is. So I had it in my mind the kind of movie I was going to get, and I got something completely different. I got a movie that's a straight up copy of Jaws transferred to land. It hits all the plot points of that. It creates some wonderful scenes. It's really well done and really inventive. I loved the way they kept including elements of Jaws into the movie. Even the finale with the van, which is replacing the boat as they've been attacked by the shark. Even the yellow barrels in Jaws, how they include them in here with bales of hay and balloons was just wonderful. But yet it still keeps its resemblance of its own story, which I think is remarkably well balanced in this one. Although the story isn't overly original or even super interesting, it's still a great mix and a wonderful balancing act that I found myself really impressed with at the end. Even if I didn't love the movie, if I didn't think it was perfect, I still thought it was a remarkable thing to do, to take a movie as well known as Jaws and create a fun pastiche of it. I've seen it done before with movies like Grizzly, only that wasn't as overt as this one, and you get thrown into this golf club where you get Roy Kent, which is a new pro that joins the club just as they're about to have this big golf tournament. People start turning up, chopped up into little pieces. There's something roaming the lands, killing people, and Roy tries to close down the tournament. Of course, he's rebutted by the mayor, owner of the golf club, and he has to rely on outsider Deke Quint type character who knows all about the vicious killing lawnmower, and he wants to stop it as well.
Crankcase, 30 weight.
How do you know that?
It's heavy. Uses a heavier grade this time of year.
You're not a member here, are you?
I love how they've managed to do this, and I don't know if I'm going to get it across as well as I want to. Like, it sounds like a complete parody and rip-off, and it is to a certain extent, but the way they've managed to take all the beats of Jaws, shot for shot, and copied it and created a wonderful different pastiche of the movie, but still imbue it with its own characters that have their own story, that have their own evolution throughout the movie, was wonderful, and I really appreciated that. It's not the bloodiest movie, it's not the scariest movie, it's just one that set out to do something and achieves that remarkably well. And even doing this, I liked a lot of the characters that we meet along the way. Roy and Kelly, who are two characters we meet at the start of the movie, they kind of come together. They have a little bit of an antagonistic relationship. Roy is a new pro, Kelly wanted that job and she's now his assistant, but they have to put away their differences and realise that there's something at the greater good they have to strive towards here to stop this lawnmower that is out killing. Now, the movie's not going to give you much in the way of reasons as to why this killer lawnmower is doing what it's doing, but it doesn't matter. You get a fun story by Deke explaining the history of this particular lawnmower. There is a couple of scenes where they're just doing wonderful takes on Jaws. There's a moment where they go in, they think they've caught the lawnmower that was killing people. They go in to cut open the grass bag to see if what's inside its stomach, so to speak.
If I'm right, the only thing that'll be in that bag is grass.
And if you're wrong?
we'll have nothing to worry about, will we?
It's just so fun, and it's a hard one to really talk about and describe because it is so familiar by taking on Jaws, but it does have its originality and its characters. Now, because the originality is taken away from the storyline, you can tell what's coming next, and the fun is actually in guessing how they're going to attack the next scene in Jaws if you're overly familiar with that movie like I am.
Roy Kent? My husband looked up to you.
And I was always wondering how they were going to get there, and I was often surprised and smiling at what they accomplished in this one. The characters and their storyline is fine. It fills up the blank space that you have within the mystery of the plot by just watching these characters interact and get along. I think Blades was remarkably adept at what it was trying to do. It was a fun movie. It was an incredible take on Jaws. There's no hiding or denying it. It's just amazing that they got away with it. It's got its tongue firmly in cheek. It's a little bit funny. It's a little bit endearing, but it's definitely very clever in the way it's been made. I'd love to know your thoughts on Blades. Personally, I really enjoyed it. I would love to go back to see it again. I'd love to watch it with a friend who likes these kind of movies and knows Jaws as well as I do, because I think they'd get a real kick out of this one. Now, I'd love to know what you think of this, so please let me know in the comment box below. Of course, there's more videos up here of mine for you to check out. And of course, if you like this movie, like this review, hit that like button and just make my day. Of course, you can subscribe. You can even share the review to get more people to watch my stuff, which would be really appreciated. And there's the membership program and Patreon if you want to give me a little extra support. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Man v Film.